make sure when you invite somebody else into these meetings, make sure they follow the country name, the country at the front, and then full name, mastership or dealership, and then the speaker who invited you into this meeting. Not the speaker who's going to speak tonight, but the speaker who invites you. So if you know somebody, maybe Jew, then you put /Jew. If you know Jessica, then /Jessica, and so on, right? So there's still over probably about 20 people in the waiting room. Make sure you inform them about the Zoom name requirement. And the second thing that I want to emphasize is we have a live on YouTube, but it is a closed link, so it will not be published to the general public. So if you see on the top there, there's a live button, right? With the red button, live. You just click on it, and then you will see the streaming link, and you can copy that to the members or your partners that are not able to enter the Zoom once we already reach 300 people. So we already at 250. It keeps going up. Probably we're gonna max out in the next 10 minutes. So I will start. Okay, so I want to welcome all again, Global Atomians, to our Atomy International Business class. This is the third class. We have done it every Wednesday, and we're excited to bring more global leaders into our business class. Make sure you attend all the meetings so you can actually learn and grow with the company. So we're gonna watch a short video from our Atomy company, so we all understand about the vision of our company called Atomy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, Atomy members worldwide. My name is Hangel Park, and I will be in charge of the safe operation of the AWSS. Use of all electronic devices are allowed during the flight, including cell phones and tablet PCs for your convenience. We will do our best to make flight AWSS a shortcut to success. Have a pleasant flight.
A company that keeps the principles and creates a new distribution culture. A company that grows from the trust of its global customers. A company that cherishes the spirit and embodies love and sharing. A company that goes for customer success beyond customer satisfaction. We are Proud Atomy. After establishing its headquarters in South Korea in 2009, Atomy has opened branches in 20 countries around the world. Based on its unique core values, and has reached the mark of 15 million members globally, and is connecting the world as a market. With a philosophy of absolute quality and absolute pricing, we have achieved 0% refunds for 10 years. Hemohim only was sold over 1 trillion Korean won worldwide. 4,970 global seminars were held for our customer success. 4,260 global centers were opened for our aspiring members. Ranked as top 10 companies with high growth rate through continuous sales growth every year. With an unlimited potential in the global market, global sales exceeded 1.9 trillion Korean won in 2020. And we are preparing for a bigger leap forward through various global markets. Based on Atomy's management strategy that puts honesty and goodwill above all else, and the philosophy of absolute quality and absolute price that no one can follow, we are practicing our absolute goal of realizing our customers' success. And we are having a good influence on all the places where sharing is needed, so that all members of society can live a better life through principle-centered, mutual growth, and sharing culture. promises to lead the global market and moves on to a bigger stage with you through the success of our customers.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.
Okay, as you all see that we are a company that cherishes all the spirits, and we're the company that grows with the consumer, and we want to make the customer success, and we're the company that share the culture of sharing. This is one of the proof that all our global leaders that will want to share to other groups, even though we are not in the same lines. So let's go to the next slide. So we're gonna chant out our company motto. I would like to ask the co-host if you can unmute everyone. And we're gonna shout it out from our lung. Okay, now you're able to unmute yourself if you're not the co-host. Everyone ready? In the count of three. 3, 2, 1. Cherish the spirit. Create the vision. Follow the faith. Serve in humility. Aja, aja, aja. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay. So I'm going to read out our business class commitment, so we all understand our commitment into our business class. The first one is, I agree to attend every week's class. Failing to attend each class, I understand that I may not be admitted to the next class. And second one, I must join on time. Late admission may not be admitted into the Zoom. Third one, I must have undivided attention. I will refrain from cooking, laying down, or other personal activities. Fourth, I must focus and learn as much as possible to become a successful Atomy business owner. And the Zoom etiquette, I just want to emphasize once again, the Zoom name requirement, if you are still in the waiting room, or if your invitee is still in the waiting room, or if yourself is getting kicked out into the waiting room, that means you are not following the Zoom name requirement. Make sure you put your country codes at the front. You don't have to put the full name, just CA for Canada, and full name, and then the /sponsorship or dealership, and then the speaker name, not the speaker who's going to talk tonight, but the speaker who invites you, or who do you know, the speaker, one of the lists that you know they invited personally or through the groups, then you put the name in there. Let's say you know Jew Armstrong, then you place it as /Jew. That's more than enough. And the second Zoom etiquette is be on time. And third one is turn on the camera whenever possible. Fourth, dress appropriately. Fifth, stay seated with undivided attention. Sixth, and mute your microphone when you're not speaking. So our class will run every Wednesday, as you can see in the on the screen here. So it'll be at your respective time. Just convert it to your own local time. And the Zoom code, it will be always the same. It's just the password will change every week. You may have to ask your sponsor, your upline, or you know, if you know me personally, or if you know one of the speaker personally, you can ask them. It is a closed Zoom session. You make sure that joining members or who invited into this meeting, make sure they put the speaker name at the end of the Zoom name. So last week we already finished with our, not last week, 2 weeks ago, we finished our first class with Diamond Master Jew Armstrong, global leader from Australia. And last week we have a global leader, Star Master Rebecca Wong from Canada. And this week we're gonna have a global leader from USA, Sharon Rose Master Israel Kim. And next week it'll be me, myself, Diamond Master Mike Sujadi. I will be explaining about 8 steps to success. And the next week after, global leader from Canada, Sharon Rose Master Essie Lee. And another global leader from Malaysia, Sharon Rose Master Jessica Punyin. And another global leader from Sharon Rose Master Sherry Lee from USA. And we're gonna have Sharon Rose Master James Chang from Singapore. So you write down all the dates, pretty much the same every Wednesday, same time at 9:30. So this week, tonight, we have a very special global leader from USA, Sharon Rose Master Israel Kim. He will be sharing about the marketing and compensation plan, but we want to hear a little bit about his success story, how he became successful in Atomy. So everyone, if you want to give like a gesture or shout out, make a movement when our global leaders comes out into the video. I would like to welcome our global leader, Sian Roastmaster Israel Kim. So I can put you on the spotlight.
How's it going, everyone? All right. Okay, just a little bit about myself. Well, actually, in my presentation, I definitely include a little bit of my life and my journey. So, Mike, would you like me to just go ahead and do my
Yes.
presentation? Okay.
Yes, please. The floor is yours.
Sounds good. Okay, just FYI, my kids are getting ready to go to sleep, not sleep, go to school right now. So there will be a little bit of background noise. So I hope you all understand. Okay, can you all see my screen? Okay, let's begin. So again, my name is Israel Kim, Share Roast Master from the United States. From sunny California. It is a great honor and privilege to be able to share a marketing plan with our global partners. This is pretty cool when Mike, it was really good and pretty cool when Mike shared the idea of getting global leaders together. And I feel very lucky to be invited as one of the speakers. So I go by a name, Atomy is Forever Oppa. Oppa is kind of like a dear term to singers like K-pop singers and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the name I go by. So let's begin. A little bit about me. I'm a loyal Atamian. But before, if I may introduce myself a little bit in my life, I was an aspiring K-pop singer and I grew up in LA. And then I actually made it to final round JYP. And to those who doesn't know what JYP is, it's one of the biggest entertainment companies in Korea that produced a singer like Rain and Wonder Girls. And I also signed a contract after not being able to make it to JYP because it was very competitive. I did make it to one of the smaller agencies in LA where I got to sing at Dodger Stadium before the game, LA Dodgers, and did many performances during World Cup and things like that. However, guess what? K-pop industry was not very easy to make it. So I said, you know what? I wasted a few years and I needed to go to college. But at the time, my parents lost 2 houses during the financial crisis. They lost their beauty supply and they did not have money to support me. So guess what I did? I joined the military, yes, with the purpose to serve the country, but also to be able to graduate from college. So I did that. And currently I'm still serving till this day in the Air Force Reserve as a captain. And then I finally got married in college, and I got a wife, kids, beautiful life. Everything seems so great until what? I couldn't find a job. So after graduating from college, being a second lieutenant in the Army National Guard, I had to lower my pride and start making $12 an hour. And my colleagues were all non-college graduates. So you can only imagine what I was going through. It was a very tough moment in my life, being newly married and moving to Boston, where the living costs were so expensive. It was kind of challenging. However, God has really led me to being connected to some of the projects through the Army National Guard. And I did a museum relocation project, and I finally got a job as an assistant manager in Target. So that was my first salary job, and it was very, very grateful. I was very grateful to God that He has given me an opportunity. But I did not let, one of the most important things was I did not let anyone tell me that I could not do it. So when I was working at Target, I said, you know what, in 5 years, I'm going to achieve 6 figures. 6 figures is kind of like a figure in America where they think that if you have a 6-figure job, you kind of made it. And when I was making $12 an hour, I wrote it down and I said, I'm going to achieve 6-figure in 5 years. And I really did it. And it was really amazing. And that's why life scenario in Atomy is so important, because what you write down, your heart goes there and your body moves with you. So yeah, I got everything that I really wanted, and beautiful family, house, car, and friends and job, but there was something missing. what was it? I traded time for money. No matter how successful I was in the corporate America, I was trading time for money. I did not have time to enjoy with my family as much. Very stressful work, uncertainty of future, especially during COVID. Six of the colleagues that started the company with me got laid off, and I had aging parents, growing children, of course, increasing college tuition right in the future, and then many people need around me. I could not help a lot of other people. Yes, I was making decent money, but it was just enough to support my own family and my extended family. So I knew I needed to change. And then William James said really well, if you can change your mind, you can change your life. So now, why Atomy, right? So you walk into an elevator or somewhere. One day your friend brings you an amazing prospect. This person is a well-known entrepreneur and very interested in finding out about Atomy. However, she is a busy person and does not have much time. Then she asks you this question. So what made you decide to choose Atomy? There are many great opportunities out there. If someone asks you, such an amazing opportunity, right? But then this person has to go soon. You only have maybe 2 to 3 minutes. What will you say? If you cannot answer this question, then you may be missing out one of the best opportunities in your life, especially with Atomy. So you must have an answer to give right away. You have to be, this is the reason why we attend these meetings. This is why we listen to videos when you go to sleep, because without you even thinking, your speech should be coming out right away. Okay, so let's dive into a little bit of marketing plan. And I want to kind of explain about today's situation, and then we'll be moving forward to explaining a little bit more in details of marketing plan. So today, what's going on around the world? Low economic growth. And there are many uncertainties of this world right now, especially after COVID. COVID has seriously changed so many things. And we also have an aging society. People are living a little bit longer, right? But then is financial aspect good? No, not really. A lot of people are facing issues right now. And today's and then Seoul National University, which is kind of similar to Harvard University in America, they did a very interesting study. By 2019, they said not 10%, but 0.001% of the people will manage 99.999% of the world's wealth. And if that doesn't kind of scare you, what will, right? And then, yes, there are 0.002% of the people that are like actors, YouTube stars, social media stars, but everyone else that's not using the platform will become having a life really this difficult and challenging. All right, so I would like to discuss a little bit about pre-COVID and post-COVID. So as a supply chain manager for my current civilian career, I get to see all the movement and distribution around the world. And right now, entertainment industry, traveling has picked up a little bit, but there are many things that have seen the negative growth during the COVID-19. And there are some entertainment things, travel agencies like cruise line, they're suffering a lot right now. And what has grown though? Atomy, right? Why was Atomy growing? Because it's an online company. Many of the online businesses have grown, and I cannot imagine how I would have survived without Atomy and, quite frankly, Amazon, because they were able to deliver, and Whole Foods, which is the grocery store. Without them, it would have been very difficult for us to kind of like feed our family, right? So, very interesting fact. Normal citizen versus wealthy. So in America, I would say the average income of the whole family is about $4,000 to $5,000 a month. They're mostly called active income. It's the income that you actually have to be there to work instead of having a system that works for you. And most of the Americans or people in the world, they are so after active income because that's what only thing they learned. So what happens to active income? Do you stay young forever? No, right? Does your knowledge and skills remain forever? Right now, at the age of mid-30s, I kind of gave away my age. I see college interns coming in, being able to write codes, and they're so smart. So I can only imagine what's going to happen 10, 20 years down the road when I'm competing against these recent college kids. So what's going to happen is my skill set will decline. Yeah, I will have more experience, but what do corporations want? They want to be able to hire very good skilled labor without paying much money, right? So my salary will continue to increase, but as soon as they realize, oh yeah, we can hire someone much lower price than Israel, then what's going to happen? They're going to let me go, right? So that's what's going to happen to a lot of people by that say, without preparation of building the system right now, when you have an opportunity, you'll be too late when you want to get ready later. So people that are earning active income, as their skill set decline, their income's gonna decline, and then they're gonna try to retire, right? Because ideal retirement age in America is 60 to 65. So when they retire, guess what? They're gonna have to get a second job because, like my friends did. My friends retired from the military, but they have a second job because it's not enough to survive and sustain. But what about the wealthy people? Do they need to get a second job? No, they do that earlier in their career, and then they build what's called systems. So they create what's called passive income. And they also have earning assets like real estate, like land, and the system like Atomy that works for them. So their wealth will continue to increase, while active income people without proper vision and planning will have a very tough life towards the end. And guess what? People get sick later down the road. And one of the top reasons why people go bankrupt in America is because of the medical costs. Okay, so let's really be aware of that. So prepare while you can. That's when you don't have to, right? There's a basketball player that I know who used to play with LeBron James. LeBron James is one of the top paid NBA basketball players. So you can see on the left bottom, he was playing with the champion, but he was spotted as a homeless because he did not manage his money properly. And one of the things that my mentor told me is this: go to work as if your last day. If you have an active paying job, go to your work as if it's last day. So if you know that you're going to have a last day of work, what will you be doing right now? You'll be preparing for your future, right? And I really find multi-level marketing or network marketing, such as Atomy, one of the best tools for people without too much capital to invest to get in. I really admire a gentleman named Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And they and Jim Rohn, they both talk about how network marketing is one of the best tools for people without much capital investments to become successful. And this is another reason. It's because network marketing can help you build a system for residual income. So let me give you an example. In Africa, poor women, most of the women have to walk 3 to 4 miles each day just to get water. Okay. However, and then what happens if they don't go get the water? Then their family cannot drink water for the day, right? So doesn't that sound like kind of like our lives? We go to work every day, we get paycheck, and we pay the bill. And guess what? We have to go back to work again, right? Because we cannot pay the bills the next month if we don't work. Same thing. So what do we need to do? I no longer wanted to do that. That's why I started Atomy. Even while having full-time job and still serving in the Air Force Reserve, I wanted to create the system. And it's kind of like building the pipeline through, from the lake. And guess what? When you build a pipeline, do you build it by yourself? No, you build it with your sponsors and partners together. And once you are finished with the construction, does the pipeline only feed your family? No, it feeds your family and family around you. So you are not only blessing your family, but you're being the blessing to others. And I'm going to explain a little bit about how Atomy is a global platform. And platform, remember, is going to be the top wealth creating tool. And so it really is worthwhile to find out about it. 10 years ago versus today, Atomy. So many of you heard it just started with in a piece of paper that said Atomy with the marker. And look at today. They recently built a stadium that fits over 5,000 people. And I cannot wait to go there. And 10 years ago, their warehouse was basically CEO Park's van. And now we have third-party logistics vendors that are transporting our goods all over the world, right? Even in India, Turkey that just opened, you name all the countries that were open, right? And they only started with 17 members. And guess what? Right now, we have over 15 million global members. So be proud of yourselves for being part of this company. And we have the best CEO. And CEO is a leader of the company. And if the leader does not have a good vision, it's really hard for anyone to become successful. But CEO Hongyo Park had an amazing vision to begin with. And now the Atomy company corporation has been picked and selected as 100 top 10 desired company to work for. And then he was, CEO Hongyo Park was nominated as was one of the most respected CEOs in Korea. And the company continues to grow. And they did, yes, $1.9 trillion in Korean dollar, but if you convert that to USD, it's about 1.6, 1.7, depending on the currency that day. And we continue to grow. We have not had 1 year where we went down in volume. And as I stated earlier, 15 million global members as of today. And when China opened, I heard they added millions in just a month or two. So you can only imagine the economic power that country has. So if you have some partners in China, God bless you. I'm kind of jealous. I'm about to have some Chinese partners soon. And I actually do have a couple consumers, but not a business partner yet. But anyways, yeah. So, and then we have more countries opening. And now we also need to understand what is the credibility of the company, because that will allow people to kind of say, okay, Atomy is a pretty healthy company. You really need to understand what company you're working for, right? Atomy has credit score of A+, from Korea as of July 2020, and that talks about profitability and risk growth potential. It is an outstanding credit score. And how did that happen was Atomy does not operate with any type of credit. Okay, I have not yet heard of an almost $2 billion company not having any debt. That is incredible. Okay, even I have credit card debt. Okay, so Atomy has less credit card debt than I do. Okay, so that is pretty amazing. They operate everything with cash, and they do cash advance payment to our suppliers. So the suppliers can also get paid right on time. And we get a lot of awards around the world. And these are awards that are given very prestigious, and such as $100 million export tower in 2019. And they continue to get that in Korea. Korea is a country that lives off exports, such as Samsung, LG, and Hyundai, you name it. So Korea without export will be struggling big time. However, Atomy has been a big contributing factor to Korea's export, and they got a presidential award. Atomy differs itself to other network marketing companies because of its quality, its technology that's being combined with Komar and KERI, Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute, and they bring in their share of expertise and knowledge, and also capital. Atomy's compensation plan is very righteous. It's easy to understand. Yes, when you get into a little bit of depth of it, it gets a little bit difficult, which you need to study with your sponsor if you're taking this business seriously. But basically, it's trying to hit 300,000 points, and then you get $60. Do you have to calculate anything? No, the company will calculate everything for you. And it is very righteous because we have what's called income ceiling. And as a supply chain manager, the thing that I look at when I look at the product is how good of the quality is this product and how great of a price it is. If those two things can be met forever, we will continue to have repeated customers. And repeated consumers means repeated PVs that are going to come up to your legs through the binary system, and that's going to create your residual income rest of your life. And the products we do is global sourcing, global sales. We don't just make products from Korea, but we source products from all over the world that are good at making products at that specific product. So organic oatmeal is generated produced in America, vitamin B and probiotics and as well. So these products are just amazing because like avocado oil, we get that from Mexico, right? And if we have to go if we have to order through Mexico and have it delivered to America or Korea, it's going to cost a lot of shipping costs, right? But thanks to Atomy's global sourcing, global sales, we can enjoy the products from different countries at a very low cost because each country has warehouse that carries them. So Atomy is profit sharing. So in America, we have large distribution center or grocery market online stores such as Amazon, Costco, Walmart. A lot of them charge membership fee each year, and that's probably their biggest income driver. So they profit from the consumer, and consumers willing to pay the money for the products they get. But do they get anything back in return? No. These companies, mega companies, make so much profit, and they do not share with their consumers. Who do they share with? They share with their shareholders who invest in their stock. Okay, so they are kind of like driven by the stockholders. What that means is they're all about profit. If you have shareholders, you're all about profit. I'm sorry, how good of a Logan they have is all about profit in the end. Atomy, yes, absolutely, we are in for profit too. But later I'm going to break down the cost structure of how Atomy's profitability is the least concern of the company. While profit is important, Atomy strives to share with its consumers and its suppliers. Here's the breakdown. So in 2010, Atomy spent 36% on buying the products. So Atomy's whole revenue, 36% was spent on buying the products. And did you all know that Atomy does not make any product, right? And the CEO did that because if we start making products, we may not be producing the best quality product because we cannot focus our energy and effort into everything. So our effort is distribution, right? And sharing the products. So we always choose the supplier to make the product. For such as example, toothbrush company, we are able to have wide variety of selection to pick the toothbrush supplier that's the best of the best making toothbrush. So that's why we have such a good quality product. But look at 2019. Now we are spending over 46% on buying the product. So whereas we spent 36% 10 years ago, now we're spending 46%. What does that mean? The quality of the product have gone up. It's gone better. However, what about the operating expense? In 2010, the company was spending about 15% of operation, like paying the employees and doing this and that, right? 2020 or 19, 11%. So they became a lot more efficient in their operation. So you all know that commission is about 35%, and here's operating expense. So what's left is profit. So I would say about 8 to 10% is a profit that the company makes. So this is what I mean by Atomy's least concern is the profit, okay? So they're so busy giving out charity. They do a lot of charity work. And I sometimes wonder, where do they get all this money to give out as a charity, to donations, things like that, when they're only profiting 8 to 10%? So this tells you this company is all about sustainability and going long-term with us. And Atomy is also prepare for the future. How many of you guys saw a movie called Mission Impossible? And when I was watching the movie, it was pretty cool that where Tom Cruise was, doing things like hologram and all that. That is coming. And that, yes, the technology was already there. But how many online platform business can you say is getting ready for that? Atomy is one of the very few frontier of the movement of the technology as well. So I'm so excited to be able to enjoy this benefit. And CEO Hangyo Park already differentiated himself. Although Atomy is a network marketing company, he said he will not compete against other network marketing companies. So who are our competitors? Other platform businesses. And that alone is a vision that separates us even to Amway and other type of network marketing companies where their growth has stalled significantly, whereas ours is growing fast. And that's why having a great visionary leader is so important. And Atomy personal platform, they're going to launch that very soon in Korea, I believe, and followed by the other countries. I'm going to have my own social media. I'm going to have my own online website that I can share with my friends. So I no longer have to tell them to go atomy.com USA and sign up. I can just give them my own online website. So the company is going to give me legitimately a free online website, and they're going to maintain it for me. So I am probably going to stay off too much from Facebook and Instagram and focus my undivided attention to this, because this also has a capability of sort of like social media. You get to post the videos, the activities that you're doing, and your favorite top selection of the products. So it is very customized for your personal pleasure, and it's personalized. So pay the price now, not later, right? So when you have the wealth and the time flexibility, and that's gonna kind of allow you to have flexibility to have good friends around you, okay? But I do want to say one thing. Yes, focus on the enemy, but also do not neglect your family, right? So you always have to balance things. Yes, there are times where I go too crazy about the business, but sometimes I forget about my family. That's why having an open communication, sharing the goal together, and dreaming together will really help your business even more. So now I kind of want to talk about auto sales master. Okay, yes, marketing plan. It will this is going to show the marketing plan, but because becoming an auto sales master is the #1 step and almost what guarantees you become successful in Atomy per CEO Hunger Park, because the system will start working for you. So Atomy is a company that distributes daily necessary products. So we are not selling anything that's extraordinary. We're not selling like a cup, right? This is not a must to have, right? But we must have toothbrush, right? We must have, like CEO Hunger Park said, women need to have skincare. They may choose to starve themselves before going outside without a makeup, right? So it is a very daily necessary product. And because of the righteous marketing plan and everything's free, and how many times have you heard of a business being free? Nothing. There's nothing free in this world. That's why I was kind of skeptical in the beginning, where, how is it free, right? Company spends all this money on the website and training. How is it free? But is it really free? Yes. And we have what's called binary system. Binary marketing system, I didn't know until I joined the Atomy, is so powerful because of the fact that it can create so much synergy through the PVs that are flowing upward, right? And then especially it being the global ID is even more powerful, and it being the unlimited levels, and your points never expire. That is really powerful. That's why even the consumers that may have registered their mom just for the sake of it and started, making purchase once they reach agent, right, 300,000. Even just by consuming with Atomy, you can earn money because of this unlimited binary system that never expires. That's amazing concept, and that's how many times consumers become business partners, right? They start seeing money coming in, and they go, "I didn't do the business. Why am I making money? Is this some type of scam?" No, it is not. It is the way our marketing plan is set up. So if the consumer, just by shopping with Atomy, not only save money for the better quality products, but earn cash back, that is first that I heard of. Not from other companies like other mega companies that I mentioned earlier. But so that's why you have to understand this marketing plan. You have to be confident when you're sharing. You're not ripping someone off. Do you make commission every time you sell something? No, you only get PVs, right? So you can confidently tell them, see, I don't make commission, but we both share points, and that points can become money. So PVs, right? So every product has PVs. So even if the consumer who's not doing the business will continue to earn PV. So we have what? Personal PV, that's me, right? And my left group and my right group. So you have two legs, right? Two arms. Always think it that way, right? We have binary system. And then it's unlimited group PV accumulation and savings. And as I explained earlier. So whatever that happens from your left side, even if this person is someone that you never signed up or you don't even know, even if maybe, I hope you don't, but even if you hate, right? Or even if you love, whoever it is, if that person makes a purchase, that 100% of that PV will flow up. So imagine if you have hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of consumers under your left or right leg, and many of them are making purchases, what's going to happen? The power of accumulation is just significant. and it's just unimaginable. And yes, this is the important thing. Other network marketing people will come to you and say, oh yeah, ours is binary too, right? But you need to understand, a lot of them still charge membership fee. And if they don't, they still charge auto ship. And a lot of times they're not global. A lot of times they're points preset. So these are the key points that you need to be able to have a discussion. And a lot of people wish, oh, I wish this great network marketer from another company who failed from there will join my team. Then how do you convince them to join your team? You have to be able to understand these key points. You don't need to elaborate the whole thing. You need to just have the big golden nuggets and be able to share in a very precisely and concisely, right? And the way point system works is you need to have at least 10,000 to start earning commission, but I don't talk about 10,000. I start saying 300,000, try to become an agent as soon as possible. And then you start building your left and right leg to earn your 15 points all the way up to 50 million points. Have you heard of your consumers or partners saying, oh my gosh, I wanted to match 300,000, but wow, I went over 50,000 points. So I matched with 300,000 and 350. Where did the 50,000 go? I feel like I wasted. Oh my gosh, is this a scam? Why do I have to, waste that much points? Why can't it go to the next, billing cycle? I'm sure you've heard of all of that, okay? But have you thought about this overflowing PV from the perspective of people that are Imperial Masters and Crown Masters? They go way above and beyond of 50 million points each day. Some of them probably go 100 million, 150 millions per day. So while your partner or yourself contributed extra 50,000 points, they just contributed 100 million PVs. So is it not fair for you, or is it pretty much fair for you? It's marketing plan that's written for the people at the bottom. It's a reverse triangle, flat triangle, right? And let me tell you something very amazing. From 300,000 PVs, where you earn 15 points, right? About 60 USD dollars, to 50 million, which is the income selling, right? How much? That's over 50 million. There's no such thing as 70 million, 100 million. When you reach 50 million, no matter how much more you make, you're making the same commission, about $1,200 a day USD. The multiplication of from 300,000 to 50 million is 166 times. So shouldn't the people that are doing reaching the income ceiling, shouldn't that also multiply by 60 times 166? That's only fair, right? And that's how other companies' marketing plan is written. But in Atomy, because the CEO wrote the marketing plan in mind of the people at the bottom, because we struggle and we work hard, they only make 20 more times. So they will generate PVs of 166 more times than you, but their pay is only 20 more times. Does that make sense? If you have a question, please ask your sponsor. But this is important for you to understand, important for you to have it in your heart, that people up there is not taking advantage of you, right? This system, they may be, I don't know, bad sponsors maybe, but at least the compensation plan does not allow them to, right? No matter how much you think that, oh man, my PV, I'm wasting, but you're not, okay? So just know that people at the top are contributing way more PV so that everything gets mixed up into end value, and then we get fair share of compensation. And so, like I explained, the reverse triangle, right? Other companies, this is how their marketing plan looks. The people at the top makes all the money, and people at the bottom, they're all set. But we have a unlimited binary system that has an income ceiling, which is $1,200 a day, which is a lot. But if you compare it to other network marketing companies, where they're making millions and millions a month, this is really good. And all the overflowing PVs will come down and we will share it together. And this is how the breakdown of the compensation is. General commission is the biggest. If the general commission was 10% and Mastership was 22%, then people that are not good at like doing sales pitch, things like that, it's going to be tough for them. But general commission being higher percentage of the commission helps even the consumer get paid decently, right? Once in a while, and people that are actually maybe not best at speaking, but because the system works for them, Atomy, you don't have to be the best speaker. You just need to be persevering and consistently sharing about your visions and goals through Atomy. And I'm not going to get into end value right now because it's a little bit more in depth, but just understand the company's total daily sales volume times 22% is the general commission, and divide by the volume, right? Total daily points. That's what determines the end value, right? And then in America, it's about $4 per end value. That's why when you earn your 15 points, that's why it's about hit or miss, $60. Okay. So how do you become a sales master? So I did a little quick breakdown of your personal PV has to be 700,000, unless the previous month you did certain amount of PVs, right? So you have to look at the online website. Each mastership has how many points you need to be accruing for the whole month to be eligible to become a special agent for that next month. So for sales master, you need to have 700,000 personal PVs, right? So the month before, the whole month, right? If you did 1.4 million PVs, you don't have to have 700,000 PVs. Okay, and that is a very healthy way of becoming a sales master because you know that you have a solid consumer base. But most of the people don't have that 700,000 or 1.4 million. So they do challenge while they put the PVs to themselves as well. But it really depends on your aggressiveness in this business and investment mindset. Some people cannot afford it. It's really, really depending on you, right? Or working with your sponsor, right? So daily PV, right? You will accumulate, the August 2nd, August 1st, it was Sunday. Sunday doesn't count, right? August 2nd, your left group PV did 109,000, right? Your right group side did 350. So your right side already fulfilled the requirement, your left side didn't. So you will have to go to the next day to match the 194,000. So maybe you went over a little bit on the left side, but you cannot make it 300,000 perfect, but try to do that as much as possible so that you can receive as many commission as possible, preferably the first time, at least 7 times, and ideally 8 times. Try to match that so that you're maximizing your commission, general commission, as well as mastership bonus. Okay. Mike, how am I doing on time?
You're good. You're good, Israel.
Okay, I got, I think maybe 15 more minutes. So, all right, so first to the 15th. So you will see, as I explained earlier, right? 300,000 match it as many times in 15 days, right? So then you can match maybe 8 times. So it will be around 2.5 million. So that's $480 plus or minus. And the mastership bonus is plus or minus, I think now $420-ish. So that will be another, so roughly it will be a little under 1,000 or around $1,000. So if you do that twice a month, then you're considered an auto sales master, and that's about $2,000 of residual income per month. How would you like that, everyone? If you're living in India or Cambodia or in other parts of the world, even in America, $2,000 a month is not little, right? I'm sure it is not little in Korea. And some parts of the world, $2,000 a month is what people make, and maybe a lot more money than they make. I asked my partners in Philippines, how much is average monthly income? They said about $500, $600, right? So $2,000 a month will already put you in a nice, healthy middle income class in many parts of the world. So this is not something to be taken lightly. And even in America, if I want to make $2,000 a month residual income, I would need $700,000 home, right? Buy a house for $700,000 and rent it out to my tenant. Then maybe they'll pay me $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So my cash value, if I'm an auto sales master, you have to be very proud of yourself because you are earning the money that other people had to spend $700,000 investment for. That's how incredible becoming an auto sales master is. And as I explained, CEO 100 created a marketing plan where it is very beneficial for people at the bottom. And we have a mastership promotion, right? From the beginning of the sales master to all the way to Imperium master. Whoa, that's my goal by April of 2030. Okay, that's what I wrote down in my life scenario. So we can all celebrate together. Okay, and the promotional gift starts from Himohim fame and evening care set all the way to $1 million in cash. Okay, you have to be able to dream that. You have to be able to see the things that is not possible to see with your naked eyes, right? I'm sorry to use the biblical verse, but faith is something that you cannot see. So I really believe that too. When I wrote down, I'm going to earn the 6-figure in 5 years through corporate America, people laughed at me. Seriously, I was making $12 an hour, and I would attend these classes, always raising my hand and asking questions. And they were mocking me for asking too many questions because they want to hurry up and go home. But I did not want to just go there, hurry up and go home. I always wanted to ask questions because I knew that knowledge is power, and they can also convert into better career projection. So I was always asking questions, and that really differentiated me, taking actions, going networking with people, asking questions, and making good connections. And through that, I started earning 6-figure in 5 years, really. And that was really amazing. And that's why when I think of becoming an Imperial Master by 2030, I really see it, not with my eyes, not with my head, but from my heart. And I really want you to do that too. And look at the pictures of people that are successful. They're not extraordinary people. So I created a term called Atomy Certificate of Deposit, okay? It's called CD, right? The bank will hold your money for a certain amount of years and with the guarantee of certain amount of interest rate, okay? Atomy Certificate of Deposit is given to all of you as soon as you start doing the business with the company. And I calculated all the cash bonus you're gonna get starting from the Sharon Rose Master. When I became one, they gave me, general commission, mastership bonus, and on top of that, it was supposed to be the trip to Cancun, Mexico, but because of COVID, they gave me the $2,000 for that. And also, there's another cash bonus. On top of that is another $2,000. Oh, hold on, sorry, I got $2,000 on in replacement of Cancun. I'm sorry, let me fix that. So when you become a Sharon Rose Master, that's the first time you receive the cash bonus. And then from there, you receive cash bonus all the way to Imperial Master, okay? It's kind of early in the morning, so I'm a little confused. So please forgive me if I made a slight mistake there. I think it's the Cancun and $2,000, yeah. So the total cash bonus I calculated is $1.362 million, okay? If you break it down into 10 years, let's say I became an Imperial Master when I started to finish in 10 years, Atomy is depositing $11,350 a month into my Atomy certificate of deposit, right? My savings account. I just cannot touch it right now, right? But I will be able to receive that. One of the speakers in Singapore stated as, consider this as your internship period. During your internship, you don't get paid a lot, but then eventually you will, right? So Atomy is depositing money into your savings account right now. So if you quit, you're just gonna let that go. Do you want to let that go? $11,000 a month? No, right? I hope not. Let's say you say, Israel, but I'm not a good speaker like these people. I don't have the leadership. I don't have the characteristic. I don't think 10 years is possible. Excuse me. I said, okay, fine, 20 years. You believe in the unlimited binary system? It will work for you. And in 20 years, even then, it's almost $6,000 a month. They're depositing into your savings account. Does that sound pretty good? So please, don't be discouraged at the big numbers. Don't be discouraged how hard it is to become an Imperial Master. Maybe your first goal is auto sales master. Even that's really good. But even the CEO says, when you become an auto sales master, that's the ladder that's going to be all the way set up to Imperial Master. You will just kind of go up from there because you're not going to quit. And so starting from now, just create as many auto customers as possible. and become a leader that other people look up to. Being a leader does mean to sacrifice, to lead by example, and abide by the Atomy company motto. And these are some of the achievements. So June 2020, Sales Master was achieved when I came to San Diego. And then February 2021, Auto Sales Master achieved. But one important thing to note is when I became a Sales Master in June, the following month, one of my partners became Sales Master. And I was happier to have a partner becoming successful and becoming a Sales Master than when I became a Sales Master, because I just saw that potential. Oh, wow, I have a partner that's Sales Master. That's amazing. So now I have partners that are Diamond Masters, obviously, when I become a Sharon. And my goal is to produce as many auto Sales Masters as possible. And that is how you build a strong foundation. So you work with them, right? And Mike, who's the host of this meeting, I find that as a big achievement for me, because I had a lot of fun interviewing with Mike, and then he's just such a genuine, great leader. And I'm so happy that he started this initiative and had gotten interest from global leaders around the world. So I'm going to continue to support him and then work with him as colleagues and co-worker of Atomy until we become Imperial Masters together. So countless success stories. You're going to be there. 600 Leaders Club member as of 2020, $100,000 a year. 300 Royal Leaders Club, $200,000 a year. 60 Crown Leaders Club, $400,000 a year. They are normal people. Normal. Maybe, like CEO Hong Park said earlier, they were broke. They were unqualified people. Okay, at least most of you are qualified. A lot of the leaders today were being chased after the bank because of the credit card debt. They had no future, no education. A lot of them are just, only have junior high degree, not even high school, but they're earning much more than a lot of the senior director level people in America. Okay, and just know that this is 3-generation inheritance. So whatever you put into this company will also benefit your family. So as I said, by April 2030, my goal is to become an Imperial Master. And final thoughts, whether you think you can or can't, you're right. And if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And enjoy the ride. Enjoy the moment with your partners and sponsors, because you will remember these days. And when CEO Hong Park created this company a little over 10 years ago, he had a vision to make the building like this, the headquarters. And this really helped because he himself had a life scenario that he wrote down. My name is Israel Kim, Sharon Rose Master. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Sharon Rose Master Kim. So let's give him another big round of applause. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think a lot of global Tomians have a lot of questions, right? So we have a little bit short period of Q&A in the next coming. So make sure you type in the chats, or if you want to on the video, on the audio, you have to raise your hand. And we're gonna take a short picture of everyone, if you don't mind. Just turn on the camera and then make sure you make a good gesture, right? So let me put it into the gallery. When I say Atomy, make sure you make your biggest smile in the picture. Okay, Atomy. Okay, that's one. Atomy. Wow, we have a full house today, 300 people. And Atomy. Okay, one more time. Two more time actually. Atomy. Okay, two more. Atomy. Okay, last one. Atomy. Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you so much again, Sharon Rose Master Israel Krim, global leader from USA. So we're gonna continue to our session. I just want to remind some of us again. I think I see a little bit, maybe like 5 people still in the waiting room. Make sure the Zoom name requirement for admission is met for admission. So we're gonna go to the Q&A. If you want to ask question, I'm going just to pick maybe 2 or 3, depends on the length. We don't have too much time. If you want to ask question, you can raise your hand and I will unmute your audio. And a lot of congratulations from the audience, I'm sure, right? I think this is something that we heard 100 times, the compensation plan, but we never heard this kind of compensation plan from a global leader, Israel Kim. And it really opens up, makes our broader experience into the Atomy righteous compensation plan. So I think you did a great job, Israel Kim. Nobody asked. Oh, there's one coming from Malaysia. All right. So what resources do you use to learn aside from the success system? That's from Jessica Pun Yin, actually, herself. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Where did I learn the system from? So I spent a lot of time in the beginning of my journey with my sponsor, and thankfully my sponsor was able to break it down mathematically, especially when it came to marketing plan. He wrote every day, he has a notebook. He writes down the whole compensation plan, like 15 points, 30 points, and his binary system. He writes that down every morning, the first thing he wakes up. So to be honest, I was not able to do that every day. But when I would visit the center, it was before right before COVID. So I was able to look at him writing on the board, and I took notes and I started asking questions. I think that's how I was able to learn it as much as possible. And in the beginning of the journey, I watched. Fortunately, I speak Korean, and there's a lot of videos in Korean that's not translated. So I was able to watch the videos in Korean, and I have Royal Master that I really like. His name is Pumsu Kim, and unfortunately, there's not English translation yet of him. But then he was a businessman before he did Atomy, and then he became really successful. But he was able to break down things, end value, and all that stuff. So I just watched and took notes and took it to my own. So that's how I kind of like learned this marketing plan.
Okay, I hope that answered Jessica's question. So the next question from US, Christina Rosa, I will unmute you and you can ask him yourself. Yeah, go ahead, Christina.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. I would just like to thank, I'm very fortunate, Israel Kim, easy to me, or for over our forever Opa, is my mentor. So I'm not directly under him, but we are in the same line, and he's my mentor. So every time I watch these presentations, not only from him, it always solidifies that I made the right decision in joining Atomy. So for all of you who are from around the globe who joined, this is the right company, and I encourage everyone to always attend all these plug in. The system is working, and the more that you listen, some might say that I've heard that, oh, I know that, I've heard that, but you always learn something by plugging into this different presentation by different leaders that you can also apply to your own team later on. So thank you very much for always inspiring. And now you're going global, yay! And Mike and all the other leaders here, we really support you. And this is a very good time, especially for our partners in Asia and the Philippines, because most of the US it's morning their time and they're at work. So it's their nighttime. So it really benefits them. So thank you for putting this all together, all of you who are who did this group. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you for the great feedback. I have more than 100 feedbacks in the chat room. I will send it to you, Israel, after the meeting. So the next question is from Canada, Shirley Almonte, a sales master. So what was the most challenging experience that you had which pushed you to keep going? Thank you.
Most challenging experience. So when I moved here from Boston, so Boston is where I kind of first started my Atomy journey, and that was literally right before COVID. So I was able to meet people, bring people to the center. However, we had to adjust to the new world of COVID. And at the same time, I moved to California, which was a brand new place. So I did not know anyone in San Diego when I maybe 1 or 2 people. But then I had to literally start brand new during COVID, and I didn't know what to do. And I said, man, how am I going to grow this business during COVID? And I don't know how it's going to last. Yes, we can start contacting people offline. Yeah, I did that. And then how many times do you get a message back when you message some stranger on Facebook? Not much, right? Yeah, some of your friends will respond back, but then it gets, yeah, utilize the tool and it works at times. But then, for me, the best approach was in person. And even during COVID, some of the restaurants open and they did start allowing outdoor seating. So I started, kind of going out, making myself available with the mask, of course. And then I was eating, and I took every single opportunity to share Atomy. Like if you say this is too big of a challenge, you will never overcome that. But you said, yes, this is a big of a challenge, but what can I do to overcome that? That is the right attitude. Always have positive attitude. And guess what? I met a Vietnamese partner that I struggled to have Vietnamese partner in Boston. There were a lot of Vietnamese people living there. I could not even find one partner or one consumer. And I knew Vietnam market will open soon. And we are so excited about that, right? Because they love Korean products. But when I went to San Diego at that one moment, I just said, hi, how are you? Where are you from? And then I just started a conversation because Atomy was always in my head. If it wasn't, if I felt lazy, this San Diego Global Center, because I'm a center lead, would never have happened. But because I opened my mouth and shared, just said, hi, how are you? And she was looking for Atomy Global, like online business. As soon as she heard there's no registration fee in Mastership, she's like, I'm sold. So next day we met, having pho, Vietnamese restaurant, and she signed up right away. She started selling absolute skincare set, evening care set. So my Vietnamese line started growing in San Diego. So I would say always stay positive and optimistic during the challenge because it will come, but you can overcome it.
Thank you. Hope it answers the question. So the next question from Vince Chan. He has 2 questions. First one, how many of members you recruited were done offline and how many online? And second question is, what is your secret that you achieve your mastership one after another in such an impressive speed?
Okay, offline meaning people in my connection offline.
Like you meet it
or
in person?
I guess I can shoot both. Yeah. So I had, I guess, throughout the times of Facebook journey for over 10 years, I accumulated a lot of friends that, or people that just add me, or I don't know, I guess I added, there are, thousands. So when COVID first hit, I started contacting everyone on Facebook because that's the only option that I had. And then people that I had personal connection with that are added on Facebook, those people responded. And then I have some consumers through that. I would say, I don't know how to count the number, but then maybe 15, 20 personally that are recruited through offline. People that I don't know, almost 0, because I don't have the personal connection. And then, so you have to choose a battle, right? Right now, I already have partners and consumers. And a lot of my partners are just now starting, and they have a lot more people within their connection to reach out. So my job, if I was a sales master looking to become a sales master, I think I would definitely focus more offline, online, whatever you can do to build a system. But then once you have a system built and you have leaders and partners under you, and they have a lot more connections than you, quite frankly, then you just help them. And that is how the Atomy system works. You help them, you support them, whatever you can. Then they become encouraged and they keep sharing more. Whereas they feel like, oh, I'm the only one working here, like recruiting all these people. So don't let them make feel that way. You help them wherever you can. Even CEO Hunter Park said, even your strong leg, you have to keep engaged and then keep helping them so that you keep growing. So I hope that answered the question.
Mm-hmm.
And then speed. How did I grow so fast? I actually have an entrepreneur mindset, and I've been blessed to have a corporate job. So what that means is I had extra play money that I set aside when it came to Mastership and things like that. Of course, I work with my sponsors and partners, But there are partners in certain countries that they need more financial support. So me, I'm not saying this is going to happen to everybody else, but as for me, I started sending some products to overseas, and that worked really well because they're the ones that are on the boots on ground and working their butts off. I'm here in America, like, yes, I work hard, but then not, sometimes not as hard as them. And they're really trying to succeed with this company. So if it means that I, sacrifice some of the products that will maybe be sitting on my shelf for a little while longer, I rather let it go and become a fruit and seed in that country so that the seeds can grow and bear fruits. And that's kind of like what my approach was. And so I was not shy of being greedy with my partners, but be generous as possible. Yeah, and I think that's how I started gaining the trust with my partners, and I'm grateful because I lack and I have many flaws as well, but they still respect me as a sponsor, and then I'm very grateful for that.
I hope that answered question from Diamond Master Vince Chan from Malaysia. Next question from Malaysia, Roland Pippin. So Israel, do you mind sharing what you would say in your 2-3 minute speech?
Oh wow, put me on the spot. My own thing. Okay, I think we also call it like elevator speech because even during any type of interview you do even for corporate America, they always ask, tell me about yourself. I think you really need to have a short story of your life journey. Say, I came from Korea as an immigrant, and then I really worked my butt off, and I worked all the way to becoming a manager of the corporate America. But I really realized one thing: I'm trading my time for money, and that sacrifice and put a toll on my family significantly. And I wanted to start a business, but I didn't have that much capital. I didn't have that much fun, especially with two little ones, right? Two little boys. So I was searching through what can I do, and I always knew online is the future, and I wanted to get into the platform business, and I did this and this and this, but nothing seemed to work until one day God sent me an angel through my church who introduced me, who just gave me a toothbrush and toothpaste and just simply told me to go home and try it. She didn't try to sell it. She didn't try to convince me to join the company right away. She said, go try it. I tried it, and Atomy has an amazing quality product. And I could not say no to her, but I could not help myself but to ask her, how do I buy these products? Because I've been suffering through a lot of cavities over many course of years. And let me tell you, for the past 3-4 years, I never even had cavity. I had root canals left and right. It was so painful. But as soon as I got that, I was amazed, and I wanted to sign up. And through the research, and I studied. I didn't only use the products, right? I started using every product because I trusted one, I trusted others. But I studied about the company, and I found amazing truth to Atomy. CEO is humble. We have amazing marketing plan, absolute quality, absolute products. This is a company that I entrusted myself in today, after a year and a half or 2 years. This is where I am, making this much money as a residual income. So I hope you can join me with my family. Just try the products. And that's kind of like how I will approach. I could have probably said it better if it wasn't 7:50 in the morning, but
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Okay, so this is a comment from Helena Tang. Thank you for sharing. I just started my Atomy journey with Atomy. It is still slow, but hopefully slow and steady. That I will reach up there one day with all the encouragement from the leaders and all Atomy members. Yes, Helena, just keep attending the business class. Hopefully, by the end of the business class, you will be a stronger partners to your sponsor. So I just want to comment from Michael Navarro from Canada. I see Amazon is selling Atomy product. Is their prices higher or lower than an agent that can sell to the public? I just want to emphasize selling outside of selling Atomy products in online marketplace, it is illegal. So those people who are selling are not condoned or are not encouraged by Atomy company. And if we report them, they could be have a consequences. Could be their ID could be terminated. So it is not advisable or it's not recommended to sell your products online. You can share the product to your friend and make them buy themselves using their own IDs. That's what you can do. Okay, the next question, probably this is the last question from Indonesia, Heri Herlambang. Israel, could you describe or explain Atomy's vision under 1 minute or in a sentence? Thank you. This is Atomy's vision. Yeah.
Enemy's vision.
Yeah.
Wow, like I'm getting these are very good questions. I think Enemy's vision is simple. Seo Hangyo Park is a Christian man, and he wanted to share the word of Jesus to the world. And yeah, while many of you may not be Christian, and there are times where Seo Hangyo Park kind of talks too much about the biblical principle, but in the end, what he wants to do is share the love and share the compassionate heart to people around the world. So he was in hospital for I think before he started Atomy, and he prayed to God, I don't want to die like this right now, and if I die right now, I wouldn't know what to say to you. So can you please give me an opportunity to, have something to say when I die and go meet you? And then that's how he came. And then that's when God led him to the opportunity of meeting a guy that created Him, and he found a Komar B&H. His vision is to plant, I believe, 100 schools and hospitals around the world, not just by himself, but through his partners as well. So that's Atomy's vision, to share the love and share the compassionate heart and share the people that are in need around the world through Atomy tool. So yeah, like we make money with this, and a lot of times we tend to focus too much about money, but in the end, why do we make money? We only live 80 years of life, right? So at the longest, maybe 100, I don't know, with the advancement of technology. But I think we really need to have a bigger vision than just ourselves, but us as the whole Atomian and people around the world that are in need. I think that's the Atomy's vision.
Thank you. Thank you so much again, Sharon Rose, Master Israel Kim. Let's give him another big round of applause, everyone. Give him hearts, gesture, whatever you can do. Thank you so much. To appreciate your time. So we are down to the last session. So we done the Q&A. So I'm just going to explain what's going to happen next. We've done the first business class was done by global leader Drew Armstrong, and then the second was done with global leaders Star Master Rebecca Wong, and today Sharon Rose Master Israel Kim, global leader from USA. So next week it'll be October the 6th. It'll be me, Mike Surjadi. I will be explaining about the 8 steps to success. But once again, I just want to emphasize the Zoom name requirement is very important. Tell your members, partners to follow the criteria, and then if you have new members that you want to invite, make sure you send the registration to your whoever that you invited you to this meeting. Okay, and same time, Wednesday at 9:30 at your local time. I just convert it to your own time. So we want to unmute everyone, so make sure we're gonna shout it the loudest this time, right? Okay, now you are able to unmute yourself. Then in the count of 3, we're gonna yell it out, our company motto the loudest. 3, 2, 1. Company motto: cherish the spirit, create the vision, follow the flame, humility, aja, aja, aja. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for attending the business class. Good night, everyone. See you the next week.
God bless.
Morning.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Bye bye.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.